You cry at everything. Commercials, songs, stories. Someone shows you kindness and your eyes water. Someone raises their voice and you're holding back tears. A movie character you barely know dies and you're sobbing. And people look at you like you're broken. Why are you so sensitive? It's not that serious. You need to toughen up. But here's what they don't understand. You're not crying because you're weak. You're crying because you feel everything. And in a world that teaches people to feel nothing, that makes you dangerous.
Look, you've spent your entire life apologizing for this. Sorry, I'm just emotional. I don't know why I'm crying. This is so embarrassing. You've tried everything. Biting your lip, looking at the ceiling, thinking about something else. Anything to stop the tears from coming. Because you learned early that crying makes people uncomfortable, that it's weakness, that it's too much. So you've been trying to shrink your emotions to fit into a world that doesn't have space for them. But what if the problem isn't you? What if you're not too sensitive? What if everyone else is just numb?
Here's what's actually happening. Some people have what psychologists call a highly sensitive nervous system. It's not a disorder, it's not damage, it's just wiring. Your emotional threshold is lower. Your responses are bigger. You process things deeply. You notice subtleties others miss. A kind word doesn't just register as nice, it floods you. A harsh tone doesn't just sting, it overwhelms you. Your mirror neurons are hyperactive. You feel other people's emotions like they're your own. Someone tells you they're struggling and your body responds like you're struggling. That's not weakness, that's extraordinary empathy. But it comes with a cost, because when you feel everything, you can't just turn it off. The tears come whether you want them to or not, and you've spent your whole life being told that's a problem.
So let's talk about the shame. Because crying easily comes with constant humiliation. You cry in a meeting. You cry during a minor conflict. You cry when someone compliments you. And people react. Some get uncomfortable. Some get annoyed. Some try to fix you. Don't cry. It's okay. But said in a way that means stop. You're being dramatic. And every time you feel smaller, like there's something fundamentally wrong with you, you start calling yourself too sensitive, too emotional, too much. You develop strategies, excusing yourself, hiding in bathrooms, wearing sunglasses inside. You learn to laugh it off. I'm such a crier, like it's a cute quirk and not something you're deeply ashamed of. But the shame isn't about the crying. It's about living in a world that punishes vulnerability, that mistakes emotional availability for instability, that confuses feeling deeply with being weak.
Here's the truth about people who cry easily. You're not weak, you're undefended. Most people build walls, thick ones, to protect themselves from feeling too much. You didn't, or you tried and they never held. And that means you're living with your heart exposed. Every slight, every kindness, every injustice, every beauty, it all lands directly on you. No filter, no buffer, just impact. And yeah, that hurts sometimes. But it also means you're alive in a way most people aren't. You haven't numbed yourself. You haven't armored up. You haven't shut down. You're still here, still feeling, still open. That's not a flaw. That's courage. Because staying soft in a world that rewards hardness, that takes more strength than most people will ever understand.
But let's be honest about the cost. Because crying easily isn't just inconvenient. It's exhausting. You're constantly managing other people's reactions to your emotions. You're always calculating, can I cry here? Will they think less of me? Should I leave? You avoid conflict because you know you'll cry, and the moment you cry, you lose credibility. People stop listening to your words and start managing your tears.
You can't watch the news. You can't handle sad movies. You can't even listen to certain songs without breaking. And relationships get complicated. Some people fetishize your sensitivity. They love that you feel so much until it's inconvenient. Others resent it. They see your tears as manipulation or weakness or neediness. And you start wondering, would life be easier if I just felt less? If I could toughen up, grow thicker skin, not let things get to me? But here's the thing. You can't selectively numb. If you shut down the tears, you shut down everything. The joy, the awe, the connection. You can't just turn off the pain and keep the beauty. It's all or nothing.
So maybe the goal isn't to cry less. Maybe it's to stop apologizing for crying at all. Because your tears aren't a malfunction. They're a response to being human in a world that's often inhuman. You cry at kindness because kindness is rare and you notice it. You cry at injustice because injustice is real and you feel it. You cry at beauty because beauty matters and you're paying attention. Your tears are proof that you haven't given up on feeling, that you haven't accepted the numbing as normal, that you're still connected to something real. And yeah, that makes you vulnerable, but it also makes you powerful, because the world needs people who still feel, who can't just scroll past suffering, who can't just shrug at cruelty, who break open when they witness something true. You're not too much. Everyone else is just too little.
If you cry easily, listen, you don't need to fix this. You don't need to toughen up. You don't need to become someone else. The people who love you don't need you to stop crying. They need you to stop apologizing for it. Because your sensitivity isn't a burden. It's a gift to you, to the people around you, to a world that's forgotten how to feel. Here's what to sit with. Next time you feel the tears coming, don't fight them. Don't apologize. Don't explain. Don't minimize. Just let them come. And notice what happens when you stop treating your emotions like something to control. If you cry easily and you're done apologizing for it, write 2 words, I feel. Because that's not a confession, that's a declaration. You feel in a world that's trying to teach everyone to feel nothing. And that's not weakness, that's the bravest thing you could possibly do.